I'm just really nervous. So if I could just have 7 minutes of your time, and just maybe if you wanted to close your eyes or listen to my words, because this is therapy for me. And so as you can see, I have a journal of this stuff, and I really am a share with human beings, so I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Haters in my vicinity, meeting with peace and tranquility, dealing with the intricacy of my depression and its intimacy. Ups and downs keeping me isolated, seeing things clearly without my eyes being dilated. Wonder if I passed tomorrow, if you could say I made it. There ain't a thing you can think of that I haven't internally debated. Distant from my father, wondering if we're related. Arguments I wish I could go back and fucking change it. I've been running for so long I forgot where I was going. Not honest with myself, situations I should start owning. But I'm running high. Bipolar has me switching sides. Misleading opportunities off these manic rides. Living life black and white, commitment makes me fear trying to decide. I'm so sick of wasting time, like this life ain't mine. Like I forgot I was my mother's son and I was born to shine. God damn, what is my purpose? Do I even deserve it? Should I be satisfied with the fact that I'm just learning? I'm holding on to my I'm holding on to my life for dear life, with the pen journals looking like dear life, and the rest goes something like, if I ever die, take my book of ideas, building something IKEA, say goodbye to Maria. If I went tomorrow, I'm proud of the life I've built. Potential is special, confessing my sins to leave this world without guilt. These wins were premeditated, but on my high horse I'm jaded, losing sight of reality because frankly I'm faded. People telling me I have potential is starting to feel outdated. I'm so tired of letting my soul pour out, to not see the things I want turn out. Inevitably, the boy will burn out. So many ghosts follow me, too many voices calling for me, too many shackles to break free, too much pride to not take a knee. But I believe in the process. But the stories I tell sound hopeful like Loch Ness. Running in circles, trying to chase what's personal, but too much preparation has me stuck in rehearsal. Too much passion to just give up, too much pain and privileged luck, I hate being stuck. Struggling with my sobriety, chasing dreams and notoriety, making compromises with my dark side, being pulled in different directions like apartheid, filling the grounds with corpses, dead ideas and cheap endorsements. My dreams are beginning to feel less important, no longer trying to fly like Jordan. Contemplating the rest of my life, keeping to the budget, acknowledge it's tight. In school I didn't learn to read or write, just look in the mirror and proceed to fight. Welcome to my intuition, parting the clutter. I'm destined for greatness, I won't ever stutter. Angry at myself for not distributing the wealth. Not happy with the cards I was dealt, none of the pain I should have felt. I might be desperate. I'm scared of my potential, but I think I might just test it. Too many sins, I'm afraid I might just confess it. Actions defying logic, spending more money than what's in my pocket. I see my destiny working hard to stop it. Monetizing the depression, I deserve to lose a profit. Who's on my side? Who's willing to swallow their pride? Who's sure enough of themselves to hop on this jaggedy ride? Losing all things in my possessions, learning hard lessons, superficial values, why am I even stressing? Why can't I count my blessings? Forcing myself further into a corner reminds me of depressed times and when I was a stoner. Reminds me of when I used to hide my scars with toner. Reminds me of now when I became a loner. I worked so hard, but what for? At this point, I might be just going through the motions like it was a chore. Making irrational choices and I gotta live with the consequence. Too hopeful with my actions had me looking like optimists. Saying the bar so high, I'm too worried about topping it. Life too appealing to just let strangers start hopping in. Dark times had me reminiscing on the past. Dreams too grand for realists to grasp. It's too bad that all these insecure people walk around with a mask. It's too bad they all assume I'm good when all they need to do is ask. I find it kind of sad that I wasted a lot of my time in, God damn. I find it kind of sad that I wasted a lot of time in my life numbing the pain, mumble rapping alone instead of singing in the rain. I find it kind of strange how all the people in my life find it easy to criticize. They dish out advice when they're too insecure to realize that all of the energy they spend on me could be better optimized into focusing on telling the truth instead of spreading lies. Insight is a thing of beauty, but sometimes I can get tangled in the wisdom I've accumulated truly. Using the pen to judge the world, sue me. Never let a label exploit the boy and use me. But why do I linger around like a phantom? Why do I keep spazzing on beats, expressing these uncalled for tantrums? Why is the white boy trying to assimilate and make anthems? Why is it every time I get trapped in my thoughts, I keep coming on? Why is it every time I get trapped on my thoughts, I keep coming short on the ransom? Because thoughts are cheap. I keep measuring my life in miles instead of feet. I keep hoping for the best, trying to escape defeat. I serve the truth raw. I prefer expensive meat. Only player on the team, too alive to be sipping lean, too formal to be ripping jeans, humor too dry to be wearing cream. But sometimes my life is a joke. I'm bipolar, I'm afraid I misspoke. Putting too much pressure on myself, afraid I might choke. Living life with a purpose to avoid dying with regrets. Pushing myself so hard, it's not a question the source of the stress. It was a mistake giving me the spotlight. I'm too greedy with the opportunities and stop being polite. Turn that light off and I can still operate in the night. With friction comes fire and I make heat at the campsite. Passive-aggressive threats makes me look weak. Grown man, I'm hiding behind the pen pages and sheets. Talking like I've been around the block and I'm from the streets. I'm sick of what's happening to my mom at home, reconnecting with that leech. City is cold, my sad story gets old. But when am I going to step up and start listening to the wisdom I was told? Why do I keep writing like it's going to change history? Like these clever rhymes are going to fix all of the misery. Afraid to come up short to something I deserve like Hillary. But I've been building an army of ideas and I'm hoping to lead them to victory. Most people in my position get spoiled quick. Yet I admit I got a lot of other issues I'm trying to fix. I recognize depression and drugs are two things you don't mix. I'm primitive with my emotions, like I tried to build a house with sticks and cheap bricks. For a long time I was chasing the money, until I recognized that to make this year life goal is kind of funny. Energized at all times, I'm looking like that bunny, until the wolves ate him up for his ignorance and left the scene all bloody. I'm addicted to repeating myself for reassurance, hoping that expressing myself through these words will help change the current. Writing for hours to eventually burn it, trying to help the world has turned into a huge burden.